Some people say that shiny Pokémon are too common now. I'm not one of them. Welcome to Pokémon Shiny Island, a fan game created by Team Star Tango, consisting of Starchasm and Tango Koyo, for the 10th EV Expo Game Jam. A new island is uncovered following Lugia's awakening, which is home to far more shinies than anywhere else, so naturally, I wanted to catch them all. Maggie, Assistant Professor Elm, gives us our starter, which fittingly is the first shiny of the game. I chose my favourite of the trio, Snubbull. This game has a boost to experience game, so it took very little time to evolve it into Granbull on the first route. On this route, I also got my first wild shiny, Sentret, who appears as part of a horde encounter, a feature in this game where a shiny leads a group of the same species on the overworld. This is how I, and most players, encountered shinies in the early game, with the standard wild encounter rate being 1 in 252. Soon after this, I found the first shiny totem, one of 8 spread throughout the map, which if collected will permanently increase your shiny odds, and evolve my Sentret and Granbull. Wait, what? Yeah, this is arguable. The game adds new shiny-only evolutions. It's a really cool idea, and something I'd never really seen before. And I gotta say, I really do like these designs. This was just the first route, so let's continue to the forest, where I caught my first of 2 Misdreavus and evolved my ferret into Fablet. Not wasting time with subpar odds, I pushed forward to my next horde shiny, Marill, who I quickly evolved up into a Azumarill. This route also gave me my second totem, and the later town gave me a Duskstone to evolve Misdreavus into Mismagius. Realising I missed some stuff, I headed back to the forest for 2 more totems and a Spinarak horde, evolving it into Ariados immediately. I headed back to the town, and grabbed my 5th totem, and an egg from the daycare kid, before moving along to the next route, with the Phanpy horde quickly evolved into Tomfan. The mountain gave me Slugma and Mawile, and then something odd happened. One of the regular Pokemon in the horde turned out to be shiny when I encountered it. It's not that weird, especially since I had a lure on, but I think it's neat. I didn't linger here, grabbing the shiny totem from the next route, and catching Poltergeist. Then looping around to the first route, where the egg hatched into a shiny Bonsly. Using a load of shiny lures, I began doing wild encounters, getting a Sentret and Mareep. Heading back around to the town, I evolved my Poltergeist into Sinistra. Mr. Pokemon's house on this island has a 7th shiny totem, and this kind man gives the player one of his shiny starters, of which I chose Chikorita. Climbing the mountain, I evolved my Mareep into Flaffy, Slugma into Macargo, and Chikorita into Bayleaf, and also encountered a second shiny Slugma. This new area gives the 8th and final shiny totem, and an encounter with the first of 4 powerful trainers standing guard at the top. After this battle, Fluffy evolved into Ampharos, Macargo into Dragastro, Bayleaf into Meganium, and Slugma into Macargo. After this, I went back down to prepare my team for whatever challenge awaited me at the summit, encountering a shiny Shuckle on my way back up, whose nickname proves this game to be a bastion of free speech of being able to use swear words in children's games. I took down the gauntlet of trainers, each of whom gave me a Master Laws, which will be useful in my shiny hunting plight, perhaps too useful, boosting the shiny odds to be a whopping 1 in 5 for their duration. And at the peak stands Raikou, who the character standing before them claims to be the cause for the shiny Pokemon on Orchid Island. Like any trainer worth their salt, I caught it. Using a Super Lure, which grants 1 in 17 odds, I ran around using the speed up, getting a Sentret and quickly evolving it into Furret. At this point, I started using Master Lures, and made use of my Meganium Sweet Scent to indefinitely hunt in a given area at those incredible odds. And with this, I got a Hoppip, which I evolved into Jumpluff, before getting another 2 Hoppip, 2 Hoot Toot, and evolving one of each into Skiploom and Knockdown respectively. Heading back to the starting town, I grabbed a couple of Mareep and evolved one into Fluffy. In the woods I got 2 Wooper, evolving both into Quagsire, then making 2 Murkrow, my 3rd and final Wooper, and a Totodile. Heading to the nearby town, I was able to evolve one of my Murkrow into Honchkrow with the Duskstone, and then trying to Trainer House to evolve Totodile up to Feraligatr, Quagsire to Fogsire, and get some more cash for shiny balls, which have a boosted catch rate for shinies, making them ideal for this challenge. At the route below, I got 2 Snubbull, 2 Chikorita, and a Marill, evolving Snubbull to Granbull and Chikorita to Bayleaf, and caught 2 Totodile at the edge of the forest, evolving one into Croconaw. I was now over halfway through my quest, and bred Marill with the sea incense to get Azurill, after a few minutes of running back and forth. Returning to the forest once again, I caught a Heracross, a couple of Pineco, a Spinarak, and Misdreavus. With the forest complete, I moved on to the next route, getting a Phanpy, 2 Sneasel, 2 Swablu, 2 Meditite, and evolving Pineco into Forretress and Swablu into Altaria. The mountain gives us 2 Coughing, a final Slugma, 3 Cyndaquil, 3 Larvitar, a Skarmory, and then a second Skarmory that I traded with this NPC for a shiny Seadra. Calling it a day here after 4.5 hours of gameplay, I returned the next day, and forgot to hit record at first. During this period, I evolved my previously caught Pokémon to Quilava, Typhlosion, Pupitar, Tyranitar, and Medicham, and completed the NPC trade, where her Seadra evolved into Kingdra upon being traded. But don't worry, we'll see a different shiny Seadra very soon. Recording at last, I showed the daycare kid the bonsai from the egg he gave me earlier, whereupon he gave me a shiny Ditto, which I used to breed with Kingdra, but not before evolving my Sneasel into Weavile and Coughing into Wheezing. Continuing to abuse the speed up feature, I hatched a couple of shiny Horsey, evolving one of them up to Seadra to complete the most difficult to obtain line in the game. Continuing to the final route of the game, I caught 2 Sudowoodo, evolving one into Judowoodo, which I really like the design of, in my opinion incorporating and building off its pre-evolution shiny palette the best of all the shiny evolutions, turning the red leaves into boxing gloves for a great evolution design. I got 2 Drowsy, a Poltergeist, and finally, evolved one of the Drowsy into Hypno to complete the dex. Concluding my challenge, I spoke to the professor to check my Pokédex completion, getting the shiny charm for my hard work, which is a nice gesture at least. Speaking to her again, the professor congratulates and thanks me on completing the game to its fullest, a sweet message from the devs that you can get for getting all of the shiny Pokémon, although not necessarily as a living dex. Here it is, my completed shiny living dex, and after 5 hours and 17 minutes of gameplay, I'm done. I hope you enjoyed, and check out the game via the link in the description. Like and comment, perhaps with your favourite shiny from this game, or which of the other games from the jam you like. A lot of them look really good, so I plan on covering the rest of them in the future, so subscribe if you want to see more of my exploits and opinions. Outside of the Pokémon franchise, I recently played the Warframe 1999 demo, and I'm extremely hyped for the full update, so stay tuned for my review when that releases. See you around.